The Chalke History Festival special series on history with Jackson. Hello and welcome to History with Jackson, the home of accessible and digestible history. And welcome to our Chalke History Festival special series, where we'll be talking to some of the historians, living historians and performers here at Chalke about what they're doing at the festival and their work. Now, Chalke History Festival will be covered comprehensively through History with Jackson, be it on our social media, our blog, and our podcast. So if you wanted to check out more and learn more about what's happening at Chalke, do head to the links in the description below. Now, without further ado, I'll leave you to our Chalke History Festival special series episode. So hello and welcome to the Chalke History Festival special series here on History with Jackson, and we are joined by Alice Loxton. How you doing, Alice?
Hello! I'm very excited to be here, having a lovely time at the festival. It's very sunny, but excited to be on History with Jackson too.
No, I'm really excited to finally have you on the podcast because you've been so busy across the course of this festival. I bet you've been running left, you've been running right, running everywhere. So you've been in charge and leading up this Young Historians Day here at Chalke History Festival. How did that come about?
Yeah, well, I was actually talking with the guy who runs the festival, James Holland, and we were talking about how to get younger people to the amazing festival. I mean, I've come to Chalke History Festival so much, like, over the years, and I absolutely love it. But obviously I am, a keen historian. But I always felt that actually I wish that we could get, so many of my friends would love this festival. It's such a fun time. It's really, really interesting, but it's also actually just really, really fun. So we were talking, and I just thought, well, at least one way that we could definitely guarantee a big kind of group of young people is if we put on a day where we had young historians. So people under the age of kind of 35 sort of thing, all of whom who have written books, got books published in the history world, and are very, very impressive. And it was happening yesterday, and yeah, it was really great. And there was a really big kind of gang of young, like a younger generation coming through, and it was good fun. So hopefully it's the start of many Young Historians Days, and I'm looking forward to it.
No, I really hope it carries on because it's been really, really quite awesome to be surrounded by people around our age, which is really important for us as historians.
Yeah, I think so. And often you come to history events and it does attract like an older age group, especially when it's, kind of these talks and these the kind of like more discussing books and things, I mean that is a generalization, but I've sort of noticed that over the years here at Chalke, and it's just, it's been great. It was great to have like these younger people here, but also, this opportunity to shine a light on up-and-coming talent. Like, these are the names to look out for the future. So to give you a sense of some of them, we had Honor Cargill-Martin, who has written this book, Messalina. We had Rachel Cockrell, who wrote the book Melting Point. We had Francesca Peacock.
I mean, there's some fascinating names that you pulled out with Honor and Francesca and Rachel. How did it come about that you found that them and you invited them to come and talk? Because they are so awesome.
Yeah, they're great. They are amazing. Well, there is a kind of community of writers, I guess. We all work in the same libraries and things, and you do bump into each other at these events. But it's often by chance, and it often happens, not that frequently. And actually, I just thought it'd be really good to get everyone together on one day. So often you go to these festivals and you might know lots of people are speaking at the festival, but it's over the course of the week, so you actually don't bump into them. So I was like, let's get everyone on one day. They're all there together. And actually, lots of the speakers that we had, they're really, really successful in what they do, but they didn't know each other. They've never met each other, and so it was really nice to create that community within young historians, and hopefully, these people will be writing books for many years. That will nurture and develop for many, many decades to come. I'm sure. We're to Chalke History Festival in like 30 years' time, and they'll still be coming.
Yeah, I love that you wanted to foster that community and build those relationships, because the amount of times I've looked at a programme and gone, oh no, I'm not there on that day.
Yeah.
So it is a real shame.
Yeah.
Now, you have also been involved in a number of talks and a number of sessions here at Chalke, and one that really stood out to me is you were involved in histrionics.
Yes.
So how was that? I think last year you were even in histrionics as well, so that's 2 years on the go.
Yeah. So histrionics is this quiz they have on the Friday night. It's really, really fun. It's like a lot of laughter and a lot of silliness. It's created by Justin Pollard, who's a guy who wrote, was a masterminded QI for many years. So it's that kind of TV panel show jokiness. And yeah, it's great fun. I was in the on the panel last night, and we won. I'd like to say, woo!
Oh, congratulations!
Winning team, yeah. But no, you know, it's such a it's just a great example of how much fun chalk is. It's not serious history talks all the time, even though there is that offering. But there are, this is the most popular event, and it was basically comedy. And the other night we had a really popular event. We had Al Murray coming to do a stand-up gig. So it's like a wonderful way to just like bring history to life, I guess.
Yeah. And you came out of that Al Murray one beaming. It was.
I was crying with laughter. It was actually one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. And he was impressive the way he could talk about history in such a in-depth way, whilst also weaving it into being very, very funny.
I mean, that's what I love about this whole festival. Now, the final fun question for you guys: you've obviously been here for a few days. You've been for many years. What's been your favourite thing that you've seen, heard, learned, or witnessed here at Chalke History Festival?
One of my favourite stands is the Time Traveller's Kitchen with a guy called Alex, and you can just go over and he will just be cooking some amazing historical food, and he just is the amount of knowledge that these people have. So not even just like the historians and the academics that come here, but there are all these reenactors and they are so knowledgeable. Like Alex is just like he is amazing. What he can come up with, and you can ask him absolutely anything about kind of historical food and the processes behind it, and he'll be able to tell you. He was telling us, I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, he was telling us about how when they introduced hops to beer, that they had to do it because before that people were being really rowdy and like it was like causing lots of fights and stuff. But actually when you introduce hops, does something to kind of calm people down, so you don't get as kind of leery, which is quite interesting. So we were talking all about that then you stand there talking there for like for an hour, like just like chatting about such funny things like that.
That's such a great addition to that recipe, and I never knew that. So
yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to go down there and pick up some food now. Obviously, you have got a book coming out, and you're so busy on social media. How can people grab a copy of your book and interact with you online?
Oh yeah, so I have social media channels called History_Alice, History Alice, and it's on like all the channels. I do lots of little videos about like historic
and they are
locations.
awesome videos. Yeah.
And then I've got a book out called 18, and it's coming out this summer. It's all about people in the past in Britain when they were 18 years old. So I look at 18 different figures from Britain's story and look at what they were doing when they're 18. Some of them have done a lot. They've achieved a lot, or been put into positions of great responsibility, like Empress Matilda, who was in charge of running Italy. Some of them have endured a lot. Plague, that sort of, like, such as Bede did, such as Chaucer did. But also some of them have no idea what they're going to be, and they have no idea of the thrills and the excitement ahead, like Vivienne Westwood, who was really unsure of what she was and where she wanted to go when she was a teenager. But then, of course, she became this amazing designer later on. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. It comes out on 15th of August. And yeah, which is also A-level results day.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, quite funny.
Coincidence.
So yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming on. I'll make sure they're in the description below so that everyone can go and grab a copy and see your work online.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.